Norah, you were actually with President Obama yesterday as the shooting was unfolding. You were able to talk to him immediately afterwards, and we want to listen to that, and then we'll talk a little bit about it.
We have a pattern now of mass shootings in this country that has no parallel anywhere else in the world. And there are some steps we could take, not to eliminate every one of these mass shootings, but to improve the odds that they don't happen as frequently. Common sense gun safety laws, stronger background checks. We have a no-fly list where people can't get on planes, but those same people who we don't allow to fly could go into a store right now in the United States and buy a firearm, and there's nothing that we can do to stop them. We should come together in a bipartisan basis at every level of government to make these rare as opposed to normal.
All right, Norah, obviously the president has to speak after a number of mass shootings now, and we've watched his emotions evolve from sadness and at points anger. What did you see yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, we were there for a previously scheduled interview when the news broke, both on our phones and as well as at the White House, that there had been this mass shooting, that there was an active situation underway. The president was briefed by his Homeland Security advisor, Lisa Monaco, in the White House. Our interview was delayed in part because the president was getting the very latest from his advisors about what was going on. And I think you heard the president express his frustration and also make a call for a bipartisan public policy solution about how to address these problems. As you know, Mark Knoller covers the White House for us for CBS News and keeps meticulous records on the president. And so one of the questions I had for Mark yesterday is, how many times now is this that President Obama has made an on-camera statement about a mass shooting? And Mark got into his records. He said this is the 17th time. The 17th time since 2009 that the president has had to talk about these mass shootings. And so today, you know, San Bernardino joins a very sad list, including Newtown, Aurora, Chattanooga, Charleston, Fort Hood, and on and on and on. And I think today, again, we reflect on what is it going to take to keep these things from happening again.
And Norah, did you get any sense that he's going to try to do something before he leaves office?
Well, I think the president would say he has tried to do some things. He is calling for what are called common sense gun safety laws. There is disagreement with those in the Republican Party about what that constitutes, and at the same time imposing some safety restrictions, but without impinging upon the gun rights of Americans. And that has always been the deep divide between finding a solution here. We had Paul Ryan, the new Speaker of the House, join us, and their concern on Capitol Hill is a Republican bill that would address mental health issues, that there are not enough beds in this country for those with mental health problems. And we've seen in a number of these shootings where mental health issues lead then to these mass shootings, and why people who have mental health issues have access to guns. It is important to note that we don't know yet enough about the situation here in San Bernardino and the two suspects. It's, in my mind, as a reporter, not as an expert, but in my mind, it's highly unusual to have a husband and a wife acting together who have a 6-month-old baby at home, who were heavily armed, appeared to be premeditated in some ways because they had a lot of gear. They were at this holiday banquet. There appeared to be something that went wrong, but they went home and came back heavily armed, gave their child to his mother-in-law, her mother, and then went on this mass shooting. So I think there's still just a lot of questions that will be sorted out in these next couple of days. Megan, Emery.
Norah O'Donnell, thank you very much.